Hello audio fans and music listeners. My name is Gavin. I am the audiophile wannabe. Today I would like to do a short follow-up to the previous video that was the second episode in our series regarding HiFi systems diagnostics. If you've seen the two previous videos, then you may be aware that the intent of the series is to help the listener unlock the true potential of your sound system and find out how good that system really is. And especially for those who are interested in maybe even buying a new system or buying components, once you go through this series, you may find that you're happy with the system currently as it is. And with that in mind, I would like to briefly revisit our discussion about room treatments. In that discussion, I started by sharing the more expensive treatment options that are available, and although there's nothing wrong with that, I don't know that actually reflected the true intent of the video. So if any of you walked away from that video or that segment of the video thinking, man, I just can't do this room treatment thing, that was totally not my intent, and I do apologize, and this video is for you. So to bring clarification if needed, I would just like to review briefly a few key points or a few key takeaways from the last video. The first key point is actually kind of interesting, so I'm curious to hear what many of you have to say about this, but it's entirely possible that the room itself, including the soundstage, is the most important component in your system. The second point is just making the comparison that room treatments can be like adding nitrous to a sports car, so they definitely do make a difference. And point number 3 is that you actually don't have to go out and buy the expensive panels and diffusers to get some good room treatments around your listening room. And this is where I say don't let the audiophile police get onto you and get you in the weeds about this sort of a thing, because if you can find various items around the house, put them in the key reflection points in your room, they can have a very favorable positive impact on your soundstage. And even though they may technically not be by the book, give it a shot, try it out, and just see what you think. And if you like it, you like it. It doesn't really matter what anybody else says. This is all about personal preference and you getting the most enjoyment out of your listening experience. So having said that, what I thought we could do is just look at some examples of different types of things that you can take from around the house and put in some of the key reflection points. Primary reflection points being along the left and right wall in between you and the speakers, and then directly in front of you against the far wall. So let's look at some examples to see what we can pull from around the house that we can use as a room treatment. If you have a cushiony chair, you can take something like this, put it along one of those reflection points along the left or the right wall, and that should do quite well for sound absorbing. Ideally, you would want the seat back to be ear level, which the one on the top left is probably ear level. I'm not sure about the other two, but that definitely gives you a good idea. Okay, and I was just looking around on the internet trying to get some ideas, pulled some various pictures, and made a little collage of some things. So something like these baskets, if they were sitting on top of a table or some kind of end table maybe, especially if they had some kind of soft billowy goodies in them, like the photo on the bottom right has some towels or blankets hanging over. Anything like that could work as sound absorption to some degree, or even add some diffusion to it just by redirecting some of the sound waves. You may have some planters. I bet that would act as a decent absorber and diffuser as well, especially that plant on the right. If it was just either a little taller or a little fuller, it looks like it may be doorknob height level, so that you're getting close to ear level at that point. So if that particular plant was a little bit fuller, you may could get some good diffusion out of it. Okay, so what else might we have around the house that we could use as a room treatment? So maybe you've got some vases around the house. Maybe they have plants in them or something else, so you could set those on top of a little table or stool, something like that. And those could act like a pretty good diffuser. Just get those boogers set up in the right location and you'll be good to go. And just looking up more vases, saw these. I don't know what you call these kinds of, but those look like very promising dampeners. So the one on the left, maybe not as much as the one on the right, obviously, but nevertheless, put those in the right locations, and I'm pretty confident that something like that would make a noticeable benefit as some kind of a room treatment. Worth a shot. And last for now, but certainly not least, man, if you've got some good rugs in the house, please, by all means, add one of those to your listening rooms. Rugs make a great difference. They do absorb sound, especially bass coming off the speakers, reflecting off of the floors. So floors are definitely a primary reflection point right in front of you. So rugs are great to have as well. So if you've got one around the house, put one of those down, and that will count for a good room treatment. So that's about it for looking at just some ideas. I'm sure you can find some different things around the house that might can work as well. So just wanted to point that out right quick. Hope this added some clarification to the previous video. The room being the most important component in your system. You don't actually have to go spend any money to get that set. All you have to do is find your sound stage, get that set up, and then look for some different goodies around the house that you can use to put in the primary reflection points. Again, that won't cost you anything, but whatever you can find to put in those key locations should make a decent benefit, if not a really good benefit, to your soundstage. So again, that doesn't cost anything. Give it a shot, see what you think, and hope this helps. So you may find once you get that far that you don't have to spend any more money on your system, and you'll be tickle pink right where it is. So if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you next time. Take care.